logical thing. La-di-da-di-da, 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 la-di-da-di-da. I know it's an illogical thing. You can call it antibiotics. You can call it what you will. You'll all be out of my mind on your doorstep. Pinch my nose and shove it in the middle. I got drunk on gasoline. Wish you'd been good company. We got naked in the road. Watch our bodies decompose. Take it to a show, take it to a disco, take me back home, leave me all alone. I know it's an improbable thing. La-di-da-di-da, 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 la-di-da-di-da. I know it's an illogical thing.
Thank you. This next one is called Niagara Eyes. You guys ready?
Won't you come home with me? I'll sing you a serenade. Baby, if you go my way, I'll knock on wood or the nearest tree. And I should count for
guys have a record for sale?
Yes, we do. Rain, you want to grab it?
So check out Super Dessert's record after the show.
It looks like a 7-inch. It's got a really cool booklet, CDs in the back.
What's the CD?
MP3 things. On Last FM, not on iTunes yet. Yeah.
But we did all the artwork ourselves for the little booklet, and it's pretty cool. They're only $5.
And we have a new album coming out November 8th.
We'll be at Holy Craft for the CD release. And everyone wants to come. This song's called Jump Out the Lake.
Tears go by, I try and jump out the way.
Tyler's gonna get his sitar out.
While he's getting that out, Fran, you want to open up our suitcase there? We've also got t-shirts. Homemade, painted.
We cook them ourselves.
We didn't actually sew them together.
Yes, we pressed the cotton. Sit out in the field for 6 hours picking cotton.
Wow.
Yes. Sure.
Well, I think this might be exciting. No? Yes. You want to sit right there? The sitar is very quiet, so if you can't hear it,
Sorry.
he can always scoot up there.
Sit in the middle of the audience.
Oh, we have, yeah, these felt buttons and we have, oh, we've got a little pink on red. We've got some muscle shirts in there, I believe.
Sure good for the winter.
This is a girl pick.
They're pretty much all one of a kind, aren't they?
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. All right.
Yourself go if you're never even here. And what you got to believe is once you leave, you leave. Sunburn charms, but we both know you find boats you can board, but never have to row. What's the rationale? Now, what I'm doing now. 'Cause when I look around, I see a future crumbling down. That's when I call it love. And what you ought to know is that I love you so. What you ought to know. La la la
And it was even in key.
Babies usually are.
Two more and then the Allwood sisters are up. Oh, and thanks to Kim and Eric for having us.
Thanks
Everyone for coming out.
Alright. The next two songs are based on things that are sad but true. When she called me up, she said she was stranded at a gay bar right next door to where she worked. And she told me all about how a stripper had stolen her car. Took the keys right from her purse. I had just sat down to eat. Still I said I would be right there. So much for frozen pizza, and we drove around a while. It was a sad, sorry state of affairs. She was too anxious to sleep. With an old couple in Cincinnati. I got in round 2 a.m. She warned me about her dog. Its incontinence was quite troubling. So I crept and watched my step. The house was in disarray. Poured myself a glass of expired milk. Should have checked the sell-by date. The next day I woke to find a man standing nude in his dining room. He forgot when I was there. Wonder if they know I have a key to their house. Wonder if there's much to swipe. So one rainy Sunday night, I went over and then I snooped around. Mostly empty, but then I found big screen television set. It was heavy, but I carried it out. Got away with the whole thing. Oh, but how was I to know? It was broken, it was malfunctioning. Instant karma, I suppose. I went to Christian youth camp when I was young. My friends and I sang blues and I really should. Christian youth camp when I was young. My friends and see her. Oh no, I went out with my friends instead. But it's so sad to go hang out with your friends, 'cause you don't get